Your ticket isn't valid. Your ticket isn't valid, ma'am.
But this is my ticket!
Your ticket isn't valid, ma'am. The voice hits like a door slamming shut before Maya Jefferson's hand even finishes extending her phone toward the scanner. The blue light from the screen cuts across the face of the security guard, Sharon Doyle, who doesn't even blink as the scanner beeps a dry error. Maya inhales, chin lifted, the woody perfume she chose for the night rising like a thread of courage, and repeats, softer, as if holding a glass by its slippery rim. It's the same QR code I got by email. The device vibrates in her palm. She shows her ID, the email, her name. Sharon holds her breath between her teeth and replies flatly, without curve or humanity, her cold tone spilling across the sidewalk. House policy. Access denied. If you want to know how far this goes and why 30 minutes later everything flips, subscribe to the channel. Here, every true story pulls you into the moment justice decides to show up. The line behind her ripples like a restless snake. A man in a burgundy blazer adjusts his tie. Someone ahead laughs loudly at something distant, and two phones rise discreetly, guided by trembling fingers of curiosity. Maya feels the ground under her heels like a tightrope. Everything she did to get here, the messages with the PR team, the black dress chosen at noon, the hair pinned with patience, now feels like a house of cards in the cold wind of the West Side Highway. The scanner beeps again, another denial. Sharon leans just enough to fill the space, a concrete block between Maya and the glass door where the word exclusive gleams. The music inside changes. Heavy bass, a familiar chorus, and the glass vibrates with an invitation that never arrives. Is there someone from the organization I can speak to? Maya asks, her tone polished by all the times she's learned calm. Sharon points to the radio on her shoulder, but her eyes say no. That she's the one in charge. That the protocol is a wall without a window. A citrus scent drifts by as three women enter flashing silver wristbands. The turnstile opens like a smile. Maya feels the glances bouncing off her. Curiosity that won't commit. Discomfort disguised as haste. In the glass roof above, a fleeting reflection. Her own image returned. The dress fitting as it should. Posture unbent, but her jaw tense from holding back a tremor. Can I at least understand why? She presses, weighing her words like someone handling matches near gasoline. Sharon, without moving the rest of her face, answers, "Updated list. Your name's not on it." Maya taps the screen, opens the confirmation email, the subject shining like a beacon. Confirmed. Hudson Pavilion evening talks. She shows the screen. Sharon doesn't lower her eyes. "Easy to fake a document," she says, and the words fall like a shovel of dirt. The wind lifts the end of a man's coat as he cuts ahead, smiling an apology that doesn't reach his eyes. Maya shifts half a step, just enough to keep her place. The streetlights flicker on, dripping gold onto the concrete. Across the street, a distant siren keeps time. A thin staffer with a badge hanging from his neck watches from the side, hesitates, but turns away when Sharon glances over her shoulder. The radio crackles, static slicing through words, and Sharon answers with codes Maya doesn't understand. But she understands the long pause. She tastes the metallic adrenaline sliding down her throat. "I was invited," she says. Now not just a statement, but a lifeline thrown across a gap. "May I speak with the coordinator?" Sharon repeats, minting the same coin without spending an ounce of energy. House policy. 2 steps back, a gray-haired woman meets Maya's eyes for a full second. A living second. Of recognition. Then she looks away. That look that hurts 2 beats later. Maya presses the email, opens the attachment. The QR code, large, clear, date, time, confirmation number. She brings it closer to the reader, and the device emits that dry tone again. A denial that sounds like a laugh. "Are you sure it's not a technical issue?" Maya asks, the word technical bridging polite over boiling water. Sharon folds her arms, flashlight on her belt trembling. "Ma'am, please clear the way. You're affecting the flow." The word flow hits Maya's ear like a bitter joke. For an instant, she sees herself at 9 years old, by the playground of her Newark apartment building when they said, "Not now. Too many kids. Maybe later." Later always came with a padlock. "I'm not trying to cause trouble." Maya breathes, the breath fogging in the air. "I just need someone from the organization to come speak to me." In her phone's reflection, Her mouth stays firm. In her eyes, anger held with the care of someone carrying glass. Her hand doesn't tremble as she taps call on her PR contact. It goes to voicemail, a practiced cheerfulness answering. Laughter rises from inside for a moment, doors swinging open and shut, and Maya catches the scent of new carpet mixed with champagne. The party feels like a heater while the sidewalk's a freezer. "Ma'am, please step to the side," Sharon says, pointing to a dark gap between barriers, a service alley lined with garbage bags, "so you don't block traffic." The word side lands like a shove. Maya measures the space. The glow of the sign, the red security camera light, the people who'd rather not witness. "I'll stay here," she says. "Here they can see me." Someone murmurs, "This is ridiculous," but doesn't move. A tall man with a gold pin on his lapel walks past, flashing his wristband, and the reader sings a green beep like a hymn of welcome. The contrast cuts deep. Maya shifts her weight, her heel sketching a mark on the sidewalk. "Your ID," Sharon demands, voice now bureaucratic. Maya takes out her wallet, hands it over, the plastic catching the light. Sharon checks, pauses, looks back at Maya's face with trained neutrality, a polished form of refusal, returns it. ID checks out. Access doesn't. The radio crackles again. This time a man's voice asks something quick, garbled. Sharon replies with codes, but one word escapes too clearly. "Deny." Maya's palm grows damp, but her chin doesn't drop. The anger burns, a fire without oxygen, contained, but close to erupting. A group of young people stop nearby. One lifts a phone like gathering evidence. "Are you recording?" Maya asks, eyes still on Sharon. "Yeah," he says, eyes darting between them. This isn't right. Sharon adjusts her belt, her radio, voice still cold. "Filming is allowed in public space," as if saying, "Record all you want, nothing will change." Maya slips her wallet back with a gesture that lands like a hammer. "Your name?" she asks, not as a plea, but as a record. "Doyle," she says. "Sharon Doyle." Maya repeats it in her mind, sealing it like a password in a vault. The white lobby light cuts through the glass and paints a stripe across Maya's face, half lit, half shadow. Her breathing falls into step. All right. She slips her phone into her coat pocket, adjusts her bag strap. "I'm not leaving the line." No shouting, no scene, just a decision that fills the air. Sharon steps forward. "You're refusing a security instruction." The words land heavy with bureaucratic warning, but bureaucracy has teeth. The thin staffer reappears and for a moment seems ready to speak. His eyes meet Maya's, but he folds his courage into his badge. "Can you call the manager?" she asks him directly, the question a rope he doesn't grab. "I'll check," he says, already backing away, disappearing behind frosted glass. A flag flaps beside the door. A taxi brakes, someone gets out. The driver curses under his breath. The city keeps moving. But here, the night freezes on a single word that split the air. Maya thinks of the message she sent her sister in Atlanta. "I'll send a photo when I get in," and feels the taste of a promise at risk. Her phone buzzes, a phantom notification. The screen reads, "No signal," and for a second, the universe seems complicit in her exclusion. When the signal returns, she breathes as if life itself had resumed its pulse. "Ma'am, last time, please move to the side," Sharon repeats, arm opening like a barrier. Maya squares her shoulders, plants her feet with the precision of someone claiming ground. "No." The word needs no adjectives. "I'll stay. Here they see me, here they hear me, here I exist." And as the music changes inside and the scanner beeps green again for someone who isn't her, Maya stands, spine straight, gaze steady, dignity stretched tight like a thread that refuses to break. "I'm not going anywhere." Sharon takes a step forward, her vest brushing against Maya's arm. "I need you to cooperate, ma'am." The sound of the street seems to fade. The entire world shrinks to that invisible line at the glass door. "Cooperate with what? With being turned away?" Maya asks, her voice steady, cutting. Sharon looks at her radio, then back at her, repeating the script like scanning a barcode. "Access denied. Please clear the entrance." The murmuring around them grows. One of the men filming whispers, "This is going on Twitter." Maya hears it but doesn't react. Shame burns hot, climbing her neck. Every raised phone is a mirror without mercy. Who exactly do you think I am? She tries to keep her tone neutral, but her words vibrate. Sharon lifts her chin. I follow orders. Orders from whom? The event is private. And the invitation sent to my name with my photo? The radio crackles. A man's impatient voice. Problem at the main door? Sharon replies in code. Situation under control. But nothing is under control. People stop entering out of curiosity. The line forms a half circle. The looks are lukewarm, caught between support and cowardice. A staff member in a navy blue suit appears. What's the problem here? Sharon jumps in first, cutting him off. Invalid document. Attempted unauthorized entry. Maya looks straight at him. My name is Maya Jefferson. I was invited by the main organizer, Angela Keene. The man types something on his tablet, his hand trembling. Just a moment. The moment stretches long, heavy as iron. I don't have that name on the list. Did you check the VIP list? He hesitates. Sharon fills the silence. Ma'am, please, we need to move along. A gust of wind lifts Maya's dress to her knee. She catches it quickly, a simple gesture that carries centuries of dignity. Do you know what you're doing? She whispers, staring at the guard. Sharon blinks slowly, following protocol. Protocol for what? To remind me I'm not supposed to be here. The man with the tablet looks away. Phones are openly filming now. Someone mutters, "This is absurd. Forget it, she's just putting on a scene." Reality warps in the reflection of the screens. Every flash is an improvised courtroom. Maya feels her anger change shape. No longer an explosion, but a current. She pulls out her phone, opens the confirmation video, enlarges the QR code, shows it again. The scanner beeps. Red. Want to try with another reader? She asks, voice firm. Sharon shakes her head. Ma'am, if you persist, I'll have to call for backup. Call. The word echoes. Call. The staffer steps back. Two larger guards appear, also black, eyes empty of apology. The paradox hits like a punch. Those who should understand the wound are the barrier. One says, "We can handle this without trouble." Then handle it, Maya replies. They stay silent. Inside the pavilion, the MC announces something. Applause, laughter, clinking glasses. Outside, the cold deepens. Time drags. Ma'am, please come with us. To where? Waiting area. Expulsion area, you mean? The man with the tablet speaks again, voice low. Maybe it's better to step aside, ma'am. We can check from inside. You think they'll check if I leave? Silence. Maya breathes slowly. Her teeth lock. She wants to shout, but she knows screams are used against her. So she stays quiet, and it's worse. Her silence wounds. Sharon shifts uncomfortably. Ms. Jefferson, right? Please don't make this difficult. Difficult for whom? The air thickens. The lights from the door shine on Maya's face like spotlights. Show me the list. I can't. Then you don't know if my name's on it. I told you it's not. You said that because you were told to. Sharon pauses, short but real, a crack of doubt. One of the guards looks at the tablet, then at Maya and says quietly, I saw that name earlier today. Sharon turns to him cold. You saw wrong. He steps back as if hitting the invisible wall of fear of losing his job. Time feels like a refrigerator's breath. Maya's hands tremble, but her chin stays level. Cars pass behind them, distant horns mixing with laughter from inside. The contrast is obscene. You think you'll make me leave quietly? Sharon answers in a thin voice. We're trying to avoid problems. You've already created one. A man from the event, gray suit, earpiece, opens the door. He looks at the scene. Everything okay here? Sharon nods. Maya raises her voice. Just fine. They denied me entry without reason. Maybe you can verify that. He raises his hands as if warding off fire. I'll check with management. Then check. The door closes again. The sound of music returns, distant as another reality. Sharon adjusts her radio. Sighs. Ma'am, please. You've said please too many times. The wind shifts direction, hitting head-on. The cameras keep recording. The story is already running across social media before it even ends. Maya looks up, the sign flashing Hudson Pavilion, and catches the irony. So much light, so little clarity. She turns sideways, leans against a pillar, gaze fixed on the door. I'm not leaving the line. The silence that follows is frozen, but inside it, centuries of revolt boil. The cold clings to her skin like guilt. Maya walks away from the pavilion in short, aimless steps, the sound of traffic dissolving her anger into vapor. The phone's camera reflects her own face, eyes glistening, makeup smudging at the corners, breath caught in her throat. A bus rushes past, throwing wind and dust. She leans against a lamppost, the metal so cold it burns her hands, and her body gives slightly, just enough to look like collapse without being defeat. The noise from the party inside is distant now, an echo from another world. Laughter, glasses, camera flashes. Every sound is a memory of what she wasn't allowed to live. Maya takes a deep breath, her chest rising and falling slowly. This isn't how it ends. The whisper comes out more as a promise than comfort. Her phone vibrates. A Twitter notification. Another, and another. She opens it. The video. The exact moment Sharon says access denied on is already being shared. The caption. Black woman denied entry at New York event. No explanation given. Thousands of views. Hundreds of comments. Is this still happening in 2025? That security guard needs to be fired. Who organized this event? Maya stares at the screen. Her heart races. Her face, frozen in a split second of disbelief, no longer belongs only to her. It's a symbol, a headline, ammunition. Her stomach twists. She didn't want this, not like this. But shame turns to fury. The phone rings. An unknown number. She hesitates, then answers. Maya Jefferson? Who's speaking? This is Ryan Cole, reporter from WNYC. I just saw the video. Can you confirm that it's you in the recording? She swallows hard. I confirm. Would you like to make a statement? We're only a few blocks away. Maya closes her eyes. Not now. All right. Just so you know, it's already on local channels. The call drops. The cold seems to evaporate. Suddenly, fear gives way to a different kind of energy. Not courage yet, but not surrender either. She looks back at the Hudson Pavilion, at the metallic gleam of its doors. They're going to hear me. She walks back, steps steady, her dress swaying in the wind. Each step a drumbeat. At the entrance, the same crowd still there, curious, waiting for the outcome. Sharon sees her from afar, her face tightening, expression closing like an automatic gate. Ma'am, I already asked you. Call your manager. Sharon steps back slightly. That's not necessary. Call. Now. The radio crackles. Maya stands still, eyes locked. The people around stop talking. An electric silence settles, the kind that comes before a turning point. She feels the heat of collective attention, judgment, and support mingled. And then, from inside, a man rushes out, wrinkled suit, badge swinging. I'm the operations manager. What's going on here? Maya doesn't shout, she doesn't need to. You denied me entry, even with a confirmed invitation, and now there's a viral video spreading across the city showing it. He goes pale. What do you mean, video? She shows him the screen. The cold glow of the phone lights up his face. He reads, sees the numbers climbing, the digital avalanche. My God. Sharon tries to interject. Quiet, Sharon. His voice is firm, cutting. Maya watches. The balance of power shifts in real time. Ms. Jefferson, please come in. I apologize for the mistake. Mistake? A misunderstanding, I assure you. It wasn't a mistake. Her words hang heavy in the air. The manager looks away, sweating. We'll handle this internally. Internally isn't enough. Everyone's seen it. Sharon's radio still crackles. She tries to defend herself. I was just following protocol. You weren't following protocol. You were following prejudice. The crowd reacts. A murmur of agreement, someone saying, That's right. Maya doesn't move. The manager, flustered, signals to another guard. Escort Ms. Jefferson to the main hall. She hesitates, then walks. As she passes Sharon, their eyes meet, not with hate, but like a mirror. And for the first time, Sharon looks away. Inside, warmth, light, false smiles. The sound of the party swallows everything, but the air has changed. The video, the eyes of the people, the tension, everything pulses. Maya takes a deep breath. Now, the stage is hers, even without a microphone. The entrance hallway is a silent battlefield. The warm air escaping from the automatic doors mixes with the street's cold, forming a faint mist between two worlds, the inside and the outside. Maya crosses that border slowly, her heels firm on the white marble, each step echoing like a verdict. The lobby lights gleam on the polished floor. The guests, immaculate, turn their heads discreetly. There's something different about this woman. Not the dress, but the gaze. A gaze that doesn't ask for permission. The manager, still pale, speaks into his radio. "I need supervision here now." His voice is a rope about to snap. Sharon remains near the door, her black vest marking the contrast between authority and error. Maya stops in the middle of the lobby. "I want to know who made that decision." The manager takes a deep breath, adjusts his badge. It was a security mistake. Mistakes don't wear uniforms, but they sure talk like protocol. People gather closer. The murmur of curiosity grows. A couple whispers, "That's her, the woman from the video." Another answers, "It's already got 1 million views." Sharon steps forward. "Ms. Jefferson, You denied me dignity." Maya's tone is low, but it cuts through the room like restrained thunder. "You said I forged an invitation in front of everyone." The manager raises his hands, nervous. "Ma'am, please." "No, this isn't the time for please." The radio interrupts. A woman's voice from within the organization. "Ryan, confirm this. Is that Maya Jefferson from the Diversity and Technology panel?" The manager freezes. "Yes, it appears so." Silence. The voice returns, sharp. "She's an invited speaker. Bring her in immediately, and meet me backstage in 5 minutes." The manager's face drains even further of color. Sharon steps back as if the floor had vanished. The crowd reacts in muffled chorus. "Speaker? No way. Oh my God." Maya doesn't move. Only her gaze shifts, from outrage to tense serenity. The kind of calm that comes before justice. "That's right," she says. "I was supposed to be inside an hour ago." The manager attempts a smile, one that never reaches his eyes. "Ms. Jefferson, please, allow me to escort you to the stage." She looks at Sharon, unwavering. "She's coming too." Sharon blinks, confused. "Me?" "Yes. If you had the courage to deny me in front of everyone, you'll have the courage to see what you tried to stop." The entire hall seems to hold its breath. The manager hesitates. "It's best we handle this discreetly." "Discreetly is what you tried to do to me on the sidewalk." Sharon lowers her eyes. Her hands tremble, though she tries to hide it. Maya takes a step forward, and every step is a reminder. They move, the manager leading, Maya behind him, Sharon last. The hallway opens into the main stage, where colorful lights dance, and a presenter fills the microphone with rehearsed lines. "And now our next panel." The manager whispers something into the presenter's ear. The microphone goes silent. The audience looks curious. Then the presenter smiles nervously. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a correction to make." Spotlights turn toward the side entrance. Maya appears. The camera finds her. The audience recognizes her. The face from the video, now in the flesh. A timid applause starts from the back, grows slowly, multiplies. She walks to the center of the stage, the sound of clapping swelling into a roar. The manager tries to explain. "A regrettable misunderstanding." She raises her hand for silence. "There is no misunderstanding when the first response is no. There's only reflex. And today, you all saw the reflex of something many pretend is gone." The audience falls completely silent. Sharon stands frozen at the back. Maya continues. 30 minutes ago, they told me my name wasn't on the list. Now they discover I was the invited speaker on inclusion and access. The contrast lands like a punch. Applause rises again, not from excitement, but from shame turned into respect. The manager tries to speak, but someone from the board approaches, whispers something. He goes pale, looks at Sharon. "You're dismissed. Hand in your badge." Sharon doesn't react. Her hand rises slowly to her chest, unclipping the badge. The plastic falls with a sound too small for such a heavy act. Maya watches, no vengeance in her eyes, only certainty. "I hope next time the protocol starts with respect." Sharon leaves, head bowed, the hallway opening in silence. Justice arrives without shouting, carried instead by applause that refuses to end. The room fell silent, the kind of silence that weighs on people, making them glance at each other, trying to grasp what had just happened. Maya remained in the center, motionless, while the manager stepped back and the applause swelled around her. It was as if time had stopped there. suspended between injustice and the beginning of reparation. When she began to speak, her voice was steady, effortless, the voice of someone carrying a truth too old to need shouting. She said that half an hour earlier, she'd been outside, treated as someone without a name, without a right, without a place. That what hurt wasn't just the no she heard, but the ease with which it was spoken. She said prejudice rarely comes with anger. It arrives politely, dressed as policy, wearing a suit and badge, pretending it's just procedure. No one moved. Some people were crying, others simply bowed their heads, feeling the discomfort of recognition. She looked out at the entire audience and said, "Today you saw me being denied entry. Tomorrow maybe someone who looks like me will be denied somewhere else. The difference will be what you choose to do when it happens." Her words spread like contained fire. Shame gave way to admiration, and anger turned into respect. Among the crowd, Sharon watched from a distance, her face weary. For a moment their eyes met. There was no more hatred, only the uneasy peace that comes when someone truly understands the weight of what they've done. Maya held her gaze, not with vengeance, but with steadiness. Then, the event organizer stepped onto the stage. Her voice trembled as she apologized on behalf of everyone. She acknowledged the mistake, thanked Maya for not walking away, and said her courage had finally made the event live up to its name. Access. Applause filled the room. But it wasn't the applause of celebration. It was the applause of recognition. Maya thanked them with a small nod. Her face showed relief, but also exhaustion, the calm of someone who knows the price of their own victory. When she stepped off the stage, the manager escorted her to the exit. He tried to apologize, but she answered with a short phrase. Respect isn't kindness. It's the minimum. Outside, the night air was the same as before, yet somehow different. The weight on her shoulders was gone. Her phone buzzed. A message from the organizer. "What you did today will echo." Maya read it, thought for a moment, and replied, "I just stayed." Sometimes staying is enough to change everything. She put her phone away, took a deep breath, and walked along the lit sidewalk. And for the first time that night, she felt she was exactly where she was meant to be, not just inside the event, but inside history. And if you made it this far, maybe you felt the same knot in your throat that many people did inside that room. That's why these stories need to keep being told, because they show what still needs to change and what can already inspire. If this video made you think, leave a like. It helps spread this message further. And tell me in the comments. Write, "I stayed until the end, so I'll know you walked with me to the last minute of this story." And since you're here, don't stop now. The next video waits for you with another turning point that begins the same way, with someone saying no, and destiny answering differently.